And the Warriors will take a 12-point lead to the fourth quarter. A 38-24 third quarter for Golden State.
We had another big third quarter due to some of our mistakes. We could clean up those areas. We knew we'd be in good shape, and I think we did that in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Williams caught a body underneath. And here come Boston. Brown from downtown. Boston now in the midst of a 9-0 run to start the quarter.
I think that for us, the key was Jaylen Brown, start of the fourth quarter. With the way that he came out and played, with his energy, gave us kind of that boost, that confidence. And we just continue to, plug away.
103-100 halfway through quarter number 4.
Good closeout by Curry. It didn't matter. Deadly shooting from downtown. Back to Horford for the lead.
He's open for 3. Got it!
What a tremendous job battling adversity and finding a way to put themselves in position to win this game by the Celtics. But embracing the three-point shot has changed the game.
What a flurry by Boston. They're 9 of 11 from downtown in the fourth.
You make 5-6 threes in a row in the fourth quarter. That's tough to overcome.
We'll be fine. We'll figure out the ways we can stop them from getting those threes and take them away.
Wide open Smart. Cash. Boston trailed 103-100, and since that point, they've come back with a 17-0 run.
They're a great team. They made a run, and we didn't stop the bleeding soon enough.
They just came in, played a hell of a fourth quarter, and you got to give them credit. And it's pretty much as simple as that.
We know they're a good team, so we got to respond on Sunday.
The Celtics hand the Golden State Warriors their first home loss of the postseason, outscoring them by 24 in the final 12 minutes.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals provided sparks from both the Celtics and the Warriors. It was Boston making 9 threes in the final 12 minutes that gave us those most total three-pointers ever in NBA Finals games. There was more history than that, but that's coming up later in the show. Welcome to NBA Finals Film Room, presented by YouTube TV. We have NBA Coach of the Year, Sam Mitchell, and of course, next to him, current coach for the Denver Nuggets G League team and former Celtics player Jason Terry, also champion with the Mavericks 11 years ago. We were joking about that a little bit earlier. But the Warriors had a 15-point lead late in the third quarter. Then from there, oh man, it was the Boston Celtics pouring it on thick. Look at that, 9 three-pointers in the fourth. They outscored them 40-16. Jet, how did they get that done?
Well, they beat the Golden State Warriors at their game. They made threes. And if you look at the playoffs and how it's been played this year for the Boston Celtics, yes, their identity is defense, but they're leading the playoffs in three-point field goals attempted at 37 attempts a game. And when they're making threes, it just makes it extremely hard to defend. They break you down on defense, they get in the paint, and if you lose vision on the weak side, they have great spacing and spot-up shooters. Jaylen Brown is having an outstanding year from 3. Again, penetration on the baseline, then we attack middle. Jaylen Brown draws the defense. Look how many eyes on the basketball. Golden State has 5 eyes on the basketball, great spacing on the weak side. Derek White gets another kick-out 3. We like to say in coaching, early pass, easy pass. Swing, swing, baseline drive, baseline drift. Sets up another swing, swing, good spacing. Al Horford was hot last night, 6 for 8 from 3. But that is an uncontested three-point shot, all because of the willingness to break the defense down off the dribble and then make the easy pass. Here, offensive rebounding, you're in your bailout spot, Marcus Smart, wide open, catch and shoot 3.
Happy birthday to Al Horford, by the way. Turned 36 years young, Sam, and waited this entire time, his whole career, before playing in his first finals game. Showed up huge, like Jet said. Missed just 3 shots the entire game. When they went on that 17-0 run, Horford had 8 of those points. Just incredible.
Well, the shot making was incredible. It's not just his making shots, his presence, that size, that physicality that he brings to the game. So I'm just so impressed with Al. It's like he's found the fountain of youth. When you watch him defensively, I watched that game last night. He switched out on the smaller guards, contested shots, kept them in front, and he just didn't do damage from the three-point line. He did it from inside that stripe too, but they right now, they just, in that fourth quarter, man, they just took over that game, and everybody want to lead with their offense, but it was their defense that set the tone in that fourth quarter, because you saw how free Golden State played in that first half. After the third quarter, Boston just shut it down.
Yeah, and then they also had 33 assists in the game. Jet, it was Derek White, a guy that came over always ready at the trade deadline. Man, scoring 21 off the bench, critical in the fourth quarter. But this is a guy that struggled with his shot earlier in the playoffs, found it in game one of the finals.
Derek White is what Jordan Poole is to the Golden State Warriors, right? He's a guy that can come off the bench. He can space the floor, make threes, but he also can break you down off the dribble. His ability to get in the lane and create a shot for himself or for others was very crucial, especially in that fourth quarter. When Tatum gets tired of being on the ball a lot, Derek White is another guy that they can play through, and he's also a great spot-up shooter. 5 for 8 from 3 in game one. They're going to need more performances out of Derek White consistently for them to have an opportunity to win an NBA championship this year.
And it all starts with defense. We always hear, oh, defense wins championships. Well, in that first quarter, Steph Curry scored 21 points, right?
Yes, he
did. But then in the fourth quarter, as a collective team, the Warriors had just 16 points. Sam, what did you see from the Celtics that was a difference in the fourth quarter, the way they shut down the high-powered Warriors?
Well, in the first half, the Warriors had space. Every time they came off a screen and faced up and got their shoulder square, the Boston Celtics took a step back. And when you give shooters space, they can knock down shots. In that second half, they made a conscious effort to take away space. They crowded the Golden State Warriors. And what I mean by that is they would not let them catch the ball and square up in triple threat and get their shoulder square. And if you can't get your shoulder square as an offensive player, now the defense can direct and position you where he wants you to go. So I just think their physicality on the ball, their ability to take away the simple things like the rip through, square in the shoulders, triple threat, they took that away, and they made the Golden State Warriors put them on their heels and made them play backwards, so to speak, and not let them get forward.
Now, we've talked about, quote, the other guys on the Boston Celtics and how they stepped up. But Jaylen Brown really seemed to take leadership going into that fourth quarter. Jet, you played in the finals. When you see your best player or one of your best players taking that leadership role, what does that do for you and the rest of the team to be able to step up in those big moments?
Well, it allows everyone else to play freely and be comfortable, knowing they got a guy they can depend on to get the job done. So Jaylen Brown, we know he's an aggressive scorer. He's always looking for an opportunity to get himself going. But what I liked about JB in this game one is he was able to facilitate and make plays. He understood that when he drives or when he's going into his ISO package, he's going to have 2 or 3 eyes on him. Golden State is a great help defensive team, and when they help, it's the early easy pass, and JB took advantage of that last night.
Incredible. 10 points, 5 assists in just the fourth quarter alone. Great ending to game one by the Boston Celtics, but it was a great historic start to game one by Steph Curry. Did something that we hadn't seen since Michael Jordan back in 1993. We tell you exactly what that is next on NBA Finals Film Room, presented by YouTube TV.
You're watching Finals Film Room, brought to you by YouTube TV. Everything live TV should be. Try it free.
History in the making. Steph Curry made 6 3-pointers in the first quarter, had 21 points. As we said, that's the most in a finals quarter since Michael Jordan against the Suns back in 1993. So how was Steph so wide open? How did he make it happen? Well, for that, the Jet has landed at the big board, and we're going to break down exactly how Steph Curry with the shot was left so wide open so often. Jet, take it away.
Yes, sir. So right here in transition, right, that's when the Warriors are most dangerous, especially Steph Curry. In transition, stop, freeze it here. Anytime we have our 5 trailing in a trail position, they are programmed to set drag, screen, and rolls, right? So now your defense is back in transition. They're not set. The 5 is here. Kevon Looney trails in. He's headhunting. He's trying to see who's guarding Steph Curry. Okay, play it. Now I'll come in, set a drag screen. You go under the screen. I take you to deep waters. Here's the dimensions on the court here. Deep waters is in the middle third. All right, again, in transition, another drag screen. Okay, we didn't get you. Here comes another screen. Freeze it right here. deep waters. ISO situation. Right here, the Celtics defender should be pressing up, making Steph Curry a driver. Play it. He doesn't. He rocks him back, hand down, man down. Again, in the middle third of the floor, splash goes the brother, Steph Curry. All right? Again, transition defense. You get back in transition, we throw it to Draymond, freeze it. Now they get into the old Warriors faithful, the split game. All right? Jordan Poole sets a split screen on Steph Curry, but instead of setting the screen, he's going to slip it. Slip the screen, play it. 2 go with Poole. Back in deep water, Steph Curry, wide open 3-ball. These are fundamental game plan errors that the Celtics are making, right, in transition, and that's why the Warriors are so dangerous. You give Steph Curry an opportunity in the middle third of the floor, and he's going to burn you up. There's no help defense in the middle third, Coach, and you know this more than I do. Like, Steph Curry got unlimited range when he's in the middle of the floor, and that's why he's so dangerous.
That step in the gym range for Steph Curry, and in some instances, stepping out of the gym, walking through that tunnel. But, Sam, it's easy to focus on a guy making a lot of shots and saying how great he performed. For Jason Tatum, 3 for 17 from the field, but made history himself. 13 assists, the most ever in an NBA Finals debut now. That's more than Stockton, more than Zeke, and more than Michael Jordan. When you hear that, what does that tell you about Jason Tatum, who, you know, in the first 3 months of the season was averaging 2 assists a game?
That he's now a complete player. Listen, I used to say this to my best players all the time. If you're having an off night offensively, do you want to come sit on the bench? No, everybody wants to be on the game. So you have to reinvent yourself. What Tatum understood was he knew he didn't have the shot that last night. He wasn't in rhythm. But the 13 assists, he gave himself up to get others open. So when he started driving to the basket, he understood that Golden State Warriors defense was going to collapse. And he used his size and athleticism to jump over the defense and start finding his teammates. And that was the key to him. Tatum, his defense, his facilitating, helped Boston win the game. Yeah, he was 3 for 17, but the fact that at any point in time, if you're the Golden State Warriors, you know this young man can go off for 30 or 40. Therefore, he used his ability to put that pressure on Golden State to facilitate for his teammates, even though he knew his shot was off last night.
Jet, that's crazy to see Jason Tatum with more assists in his finals debut than 2 of the greatest point guards of all time, and arguably, we're wearing the sneakers, the greatest player of all time.
I thought you were talking about me and Magic. Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, you and Magic. I thought me, you, and them other guys.
Oh, them other guys.
Okay.
No, but for Jason Tatum to have more assists than those guys is just incredible.
No, it is, but this is the growth and development of a young superstar coming into his own. He's understanding that he draws a lot of attention when he has the ball in his hands, and Golden State is not going to allow him to play isolation basketball. He's learned from one of the best to ever do it in Kobe Bryant. So we know they cannot allow him to isolate, but when they put 2 on the ball, he's getting off of it. He's trusting his teammates, and that's why they're in the position they are now with a 1-0 series lead.
Chris, it's hard, man, for Golden State because when you look at Tatum and Brown at the forward position, they have size, strength, athleticism. Anytime they get the right matchup, a Poole, a Steph Curry, or even Klay Thompson in some instances, they are attacking. And Golden State understands that. They're forcing Golden State to collapse their defense. And what Golden State's got to do a better job of, they can help, but they can't overhelp. And then when you do help, you still got to drop to the level of to see your man in the ball. We saw early in that game, Otto Porter had his back turned to his offensive player. Jaylen Brown got behind him for a wide open 3. Those are the type of adjustments that Steve Kerr got to go back through film work and reiterate. We got to go back to our principles. Point, see man, see ball.
Yeah, it's a great point that you make because the Boston Celtics made that adjustment in game. Marcus Smart living up to his last name, the Defensive Player of the Year. Give me that. We're headed the other way. Next on NBA Finals Film.
Well, take your candy.
You're watching Finals Film Room, brought to you by YouTube TV. Everything live TV should be. Try it free.
Come on, Jay, me and you, Jay. Switch it. Get to the bodies, post up. Go, Jay, go, Jay. This isn't the Heat series. We can't start back. You have to start up, especially if they setting it so high. You start up and drop because we're chasing. Now he goes down into the paint. Right there, there it is.
We always hear about in-game adjustments. Look at you smiling. A coach
I'm starting
on
to break
the
out in
floor.
the sweat, man. Marcus Smart is 100% right. If you're playing the Golden State Warriors and you're retreating, you are beat. You got to get up. You got to be physical. And listen to what Marcus Smart said. We got to get up. We got to step up. And when you watch this clip, look at the adjustment they made in the second half. Look at Marcus Smart on the ball. He would not let Kevon Looney turn and get in triple threat. On these switch with Poole, look at it. He would not let him get his shoulder square. And when he tries to square his shoulders, give me your candy. I'm going to take your candy. I'm not going to let you face up and put me in a tough situation. Again, look at Al Horford pressuring the ball. Here they go. I stop it. Now, if you're the Golden State Warriors and Andrew Wiggins comes off that screen and don't realize to take the shot, look at Marcus Smart on defense guarding Steph Curry. He's not going to leave it. Let it run. Andrew Wiggins turns down the shot. You're not going to get a good shot, so he drives. Look at the contest by Jaylen Brown right there. Hard, tough shot. What the Boston Celtics decided to do, here again, Steph Curry. Again, I know you like Steph to be in this situation with these drags, but if you're gonna run this drag, look at the switch. Al Horford, hard show. Marcus Smart, that's a non-scorer right there. We're not gonna guard him. And last but not least, Marcus Smart on Klay Thompson. But look at White over here on Steph Curry. He's not gonna leave him. So here's Andrew Wiggins attacking. As he gets down here, we're not leaving Steph Curry. We're not leaving Klay Thompson. On the spin, Brown is gonna double back, strip the ball, because again, Kevon Looney and Draymond Green are non-scorers. So what Boston is doing is they're forcing Golden State to play their big lineup. When you put two non-scorers on the floor, they're going to take advantage of it. They're going to load up on Steph and Klay, and they're going to play 3-on-3 basketball, and they're going to make you beat them that way.
Let's show us how it's done with the ball.
All right, Chris, we're going to
what they were
pretend
doing.
that one day when you were back in high school,
Can I be Steph Curry?
You get a chance to be Steph Curry. So I'm going to be the big dummy setting the screen. So as I set this screen and JT's guarding me, as you come off this screen, Steph Curry comes out. Look at the aggressive switch. He's up hard. Now, they're not worried about this roll guy. Why? I'm a non-scorer. This is the thing, too. Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, they all want to get in what, JT?
Triple threat.
And you're not going to let them. So, Chris, you're going to try to face up in triple threat, and they're not going to let you. They're going to crowd you. And once you turn your back to them as an offensive player, all bets off, you beat. The defender has won. The only time the offense has an advantage is when he catches and squares up and forces the defender to take a step back. If you don't take that step back, what Marcus Smart is saying, don't let them face up. Don't let them get forward to get down here. We're going to make them play the other way. And once you use your dribble to escape that pressure, the defense has won.
Coach, there was something else you said about being in position, and being ready. What stance are you in?
I'm always in a defensive stance. I don't care if the ball over there. You watch Tatum. He's in the stance. Why? Because if he has to move and react and he's standing still, the first thing he has to do is drop. By then, that one step is the difference between getting here to take a charge or getting here creating a block. So you always got to be in your stance. And the Boston Celtics as a team, Al Horford, Robert Williams, they're all in the stance. And last but not least, they're all one step below their man so they can see what? Man and ball.
Sam saying Al Horford on defense, he blew kisses for his birthday, turned 36 and dropped 26. That's up next on NBA Finals Film Room.